C represent what?
total.
Look, H represent the height. T represent the time. C represent the standard or the height at the beginning, right? Then we have in our workbook question number 9. This is what you mean, Hannah? Question number 9 in our workbook? Okay.
Yes.
Then he said that they are dropped from a hot air balloon, one from the height of 400 feet and the other from the height of 1,600 feet. Then we have to write the formula for both of them. For the first one, H1 equal negative 16 T square plus 400. Okay, so this is for the first one. What about the second one? H2 equal what? H2 of T. It will be what Yasama? It will be negative 16
T squared plus 1,600.
Plus 1,600, yes. Plus 1,600. What is the next step? What we have to do to find the next step in this question? He said at the beginning, write the two height functions. Number B, he said, sketch and compare their graphs. Then, you know how we can sketch, Johanna?
Yes.
You know how we are going to sketch? Yes. So we have the vertex for the first one was 0. We will start to find order pair, the y-intercept first. If we want to find the y-intercept, so it will be 0 and 400 for the first one. The y-intercept, if we will let t equal 0, so the y-intercept, it will be 0 and 400. Crash, what about the y-intercept for the second one? The y-intercept.
We should make 16 to negative 16. We should divide it by 1 second. 100. Second. For the next one, it should be the height should be 10.
The height should be 10.
0 and 10.
I said, what is the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept? It will be what? Here, of this one. What is the y-intercept? Then let t equal 0, right? If t equals 0.
0 and 1600?
Yes, 0 and 1600, yes. So it will be 0.
But you have to calculate on the graph.
Yes. No, the y-intercept, we don't use the graph, or we don't use the calculator. We can calculate directly, but we have to sketch both, as I said in the question, right? So once we want to sketch both, then we will find the order pair for both of them, right? As you have in your book. And he said after 0, so we have 0, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, right? And we have 200. Be ready to tell me the order pair, please, okay? 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. What is the next number, ya Abdullah? Abdullah, what is the next number?
Yes, miss.
It will be what? The next number?
1,200.
1,200. And then?
1,400.
1,400. And then 1,000. 1600. Okay. Who will tell me the order pair for the first one? Adham. Adham.
Yes, yeah, Miss صح.
Could you please tell me what is the y-intercept which we will start with? The y-intercept, it will be what?
For the 0 and 400 or for the 0 and 1600?
لا, for the first one. For the first one, we said that the y-intercept was 0 and 400, right?
So the y-intercept is 400.
Yes, so the y-intercept is 400. Could you please give me any other order pair? It will be 1 and what, yeah, Adham? If we
Okay,
will
1 second.
substitute the value of x of t by 1, or if you will calculate the value of t by 2 by 3, huh? Could you please tell me?
Okay. It will be negative 16 plus 400. It will be 384.
So it will be 1 and 384.
384.
Okay. And then 2 and what? 1 and 384. 1 and 384. 2 and what?
It will be 2. 400 minus 32. It will be.
Listen, it will be negative 16, right?
Multiplied
Times
by 2
to the power of 2.
Of 2.
Plus
400.
It will be how many?
It will be 16, negative
I
16.
want all the class to work with me. All the class, please work with us. It will be how many now? We have 4 times negative 16
plus 400.
plus 400. So the answer, it will be?
Can I calculate it?
It will be 336, right? It will be 336. Then 5 and what? 336. Then you will continue like this. What about if it's 5? 5 and what? Crash? It will be negative 16. Could you please tell me 5 and what, Crash?
5
So it will be
and
negative 16 times
16 times 5.
Power 2.
No, power 2, sorry.
Negative
I just
16
calculated.
times negative 16 plus 400. It will be how many, Crash? It will be 5 and what?
I'm recalculating once.
Okay.
Miss, what should I add? Plus what?
Plus 400 in this equation. In this equation, Crash. Negative 16.
2
to the power of 2 plus 400. So the answer, it will be what?
5 and 0.
Yes. So it will be 5 and 0. Okay.
Miss,
So
but there's another way.
Yeah.
We can just divide 16 and 400. It will be 25 and make the square root of 25. We get 0 and 5.
Okay. But in this one, I want, at the beginning, you can find an x-axis and you can find the y-axis, right?
Yes.
It's negative 16, 2 to the power of 2. Then negative 16 times 25 equal negative 400 plus 400 equal 0. So the order pair which we are looking for is 5 and what? Is 5 and 0. And we said we have 2 and 336, right? Then we will connect the parabola like this. What about the next one? Sama, tell me the numbers, yes, Sama. The first number?
0 and 1,600.
Yes, 0 and 1,600. Then?
And 10 and 0.
And 10 and 0. Okay. So we have 0 and 1,600. And we have 10 and 0. So this is 7. This is 8, 9, and 10. Between the two numbers, we can find 1 and how many, 2 and how many, but by the end, we are looking for the parabola, which it will connect between from 1,600 till the body reach the ground. Okay, then in question number C, this question was in our workbook. If anyone entered late, this question were workbook.
Was in our homework.
Yes, page
67.
67.
67, question number
9.
9. Okay, question number 9. So we said that the answer for A, it was -16 to write only the function h1 equal -16 t squared plus 400, h2 t equal -16 t squared plus 1,600. Then we sketch the both two functions. Now number C, he said, till when each sandbag reach the ground. So for the first one, it reached the ground after how many seconds? Grade 9. It reached the
5
ground
seconds.
after 5 seconds. Yes. And what about the second one? It reached the ground
10.
after 10
10
seconds.
seconds.
Yes. Debolina, you are raising your hand. You have a question, honey?
No, miss, I wanted to answer.
Okay. What else, grade 9? Do you have any other question? So if you want, let me write first, Yasama. If we want to compare between two functions. So what we have to care about. So Sama told us that at the beginning, we have to find if the two functions up and up or down. It depends on what? From where you will know that if the function, it will be up or down. This is ax squared plus bx plus c, right? How you will know that the function, it will be up or down, or the parabola, it will be up or down?
Yes, if the number is positive or negative.
If the number what?
A, yes, A.
It depends on A, right? If A
Yes.
more than 0, which means if it's positive, so the parabola, it will be upward. If A less than 0, so the parabola, it will be downward. Then to compare between two functions, we have to care about the direction of the parabola, if it will be upward or downward. Okay, so this is the first point. What else you have to care about if you want to compare between two functions? This is the first point, to say if it's upward or downward. What else?
That's the vertex.
Yes, the vertex and axis of symmetry.
The vertex and axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry and the vertex, for example, if I have g of x equal half x to the power of 2, and I have f of x equal 2x to the power of 2. What you have to care about if you want to compare? Those two, they will have the same vertex, مش كده?
Yes.
And they have the same axis of symmetry, right? But I'm
Yes.
caring about another point, or searching about another point, which is, we said that we want to compare between the two functions. So we said if it's upward, downward, or second,
that f of x is wider than g of x.
Exactly. So the second point which you have to care about it, if you want to compare between two functions, you will search about which one is narrower and which one is wider. Do you know how we will find which one is narrower and which one is wider? Yes, Debo?
If A is more than 1, it's narrow.
Mm-hmm.
If A is less than 1, it's wider.
This is in general, but if I want to compare between those two, which one it will be narrower now, ya Debo? Which function it will be narrower? If there anyone
The
can
F
tell me, huh? Which one it will be narrower?
the parent graph.
El G of X or el F of X?
The F of X.
F of X, it will be narrower. Why?
Because it's more than 1.
Because it's more than one. طب what about if yes, what about if I have, يعني, let me say something to you. We can find the absolute value for both. We can find the absolute value of both. Then the absolute value of 2 and the absolute value of half. So the first one is 2 and the second one is half. So which one now it will be narrower? Narrower means that you have the greater value of A. Then now f of x, it will be narrower than g of x, or g of x is wider than f of x. Also, you can find a question like this. Arrange the functions Are you ready? G
Yes, miss.
of x equal G of x equal negative 2x. طبعا power of 2 I'm going to add it. F of x equal 4 or 2x. S of x equal quarter x, and then I'm going to add x squared to all. Okay, how we will answer this question, grade 9? X square and x square. We are looking to arrange the functions from narrower to wider, which means from greater to smaller. Which one?
Yes, first will be. First is f.
I'm so sorry. This is one. This one is 3. Yes. Huh.
First is f
This
of
one
x.
is 3.
The first
x
one is
equals
3. Yes, and then
negative 2.
Negative 2, and then
1 over 4.
1
1
over 4.
over 4.
Very good, because we have to find the absolute value
Absolute
of
value.
negative 2, the absolute value of 3, the absolute value for quarter, and then we want to find or to rearrange the functions from narrower to wider, which means from greater to smaller. So we have 3 and then 2 and then quarter. Okay, then the first, if I want to compare between two functions, we have to know the direction for the parabola, if it's upward or downward. It depends on the sign for A. If it's more than 0, we said that it's upward. Less than 0, it will be downward. Then another point, we have to compare which one is narrower and which one is wider. It depends on the value of absolute value of A. More narrower, it will be the greater absolute value. The third point, the value of C, if the function, it will shift it to the right or to the left. Is there anyone can give me an example?
Can you say the question again, please?
If we want to translate a figure, shifted to the right or shifted, shifted up or shifted down. Like, for example, of x equal x to the power of 2 and sorry, if I have the first one, the parent function f to the power of 2, and the second one is x to the power of 2 plus 2. How you translate the figure? What is the vertex for the first one?
Units up.
Yes, it will be shifted up how many units?
2.
2 units, yes. Then if c greater than 0, which means if it's positive, so the parabola, it will shift it up. If it's less than, yani if I would say x squared minus 2, it will be shifted down.
Shifted down.
Okay, then to compare between two functions, who will tell me the main points which we have to care about it? What is the main point which we have to care about it if you want to compare between two functions? Noor, could you please tell me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please. Could you please tell me if you want to compare between two functions, then what you have to care about?
And identifying while comparing.